welcome to the channel and welcome to the Angular series. So basically, in last videos, we have seen that about the pipes. So how basically the pipes is used in Angular and how it will be work for what purpose the pipes is basically being used in the Angular. So in the last videos, we have already saw that. In current videos, we will see that directives and in that structural directives, we are going to see that. So basically, what is the structural directive and what purpose we are being using that in our Angular. So let's start and we will going to say that what is the structural directive and what are the basically built-in directives in that and so one by one we will see with the example like how it will be work and how we can add it in Angular application. So let's start. So I will just start Visual Studio. So basically it is the last project only we are adding this. Okay, so in last videos we saw that pipes. So this is the pipes example. For this video we will create one new component. So I will just try to add what exactly the directives and then we will try to implement that coding, try to implement or try to say that using the practical way. Okay, so we will see that directives and in that we are going to say that structural directives. So the directives are basically what it is in Angular are used to manipulate the DOM document object model by adding or removing elements dynamically based on the conditions. They play a crucial role in defining the structure of view. Basically, common structural directive like we can say there are ngif, ngfor, andngswitch. So that are the common built-in directives. Like this is the structural directive in Angular where using. So if you can see the like introduction definition of that structural directive, what exactly that. So suppose the structural directive change the structure of DOM by adding or removing elements. So structural directives change the structure of the DOM. DOM is the document object model, right? Okay, by removing or adding elements. Okay, so structural directive change the structure of DOM by adding or removing elements. Adding or removing elements. Okay, so what is the purpose basically? It's okay. So like we can see on the DOM like we can add or remove the elements. But what is the purpose of that? So purpose is it is help to manage dynamic content basically. So it is helped to manage dynamic content. So on the runtime, it will decide like which content we need to render for that particular HTML. Okay, so it is help to manage dynamic content like showing, hiding elements or repeating elements in a template. So suppose showing or hiding elements in a template. Okay, so this is the directives basically, and in that directives we have a ngif, ngfor, and ng-switch. These are the built-in structural directives. Okay, so this is the directives basically. So ngif, ngfor, and ng-switch. So that are we are using in our Angular application to add that content dynamically. So if any data is there in the TS file, so dynamically particular variable is there. Suppose we added. So based on that variable behavior, we can change the values on that runtime, right? On the dynamically, it is help us showing or hiding elements in a template. Okay, so okay, just we will see this example with that practically, so you will understand, we will get that idea more on that. So for this we will create one component like structural directives, and in that component we will add that code. Okay, so go inside the project here, cd first project, and here we will create one component ng gc structural directive. Okay, so it will start to create the component. Okay, the component is created here, it is here structural directive. Okay, so now in the structural directive ts file, here is a ts file. Here what we can do, so we are simply add one example. Based on the example, like you will understand how it will be work. So suppose I will add one simple value here. Okay, is feasible equal to true, and this is the boolean value basically. Okay, so this is the boolean value for the is visible, and in this directives we are going to see basically first one, it is ng if directive. Okay, so ngif directive we are going to see. So what ngif is basically, so same as we have C sharp or Java languages, right? Languages. So same approach as in if condition, if as there in the if. So there is a if condition, right? If and else block, same approach as here in the ngif will be work as in the Angular. So just we are use ng stands for Angular. Okay, so ng, and after this if, so this if will be check that condition, so it is based on that true or false, it will be go inside that and he will execute that particular block. Okay, so same way, so we will see the example here. We added that one variable here is visible true, and same that value we will add this here in the browser, we will render that value. Okay, so we will change this structural tag to the h1 tag, and here if you can see we will change the template, we will add one div, and inside the div we will add the ng if equal to is visible. So same value we will copy from here and paste here. So what is the meaning of this div? Ng if is visible means if this value is true, then only this div will be work. Means if the value is false, in that case this div, whatever the content inside the div, that will not render on the DOM. So suppose I have a paragraph tag here, and I have suppose the content is visible. Okay, and this contents for basically when the value will be true, in that case only it will be populate. Okay, so now I will show this file as well. I will take one button here to the render that action. Okay, so button toggle visibility, suppose toggle visibility, and here in the button we will pass on click event is visible equal to not is visible. Okay, so when we click on this button, it will show, it will check first that value for the is visible. If it is true, then he will render the paragraph tag on the DOM, and he will render on the HTML. We can save this file. We have saved that component file as well. Now we will start the application. Ng serve -o start. Okay, compile successfully, output is came. Okay, so it is a basically previous output, so we are rendered in app.component.html, basically that pipes component. So we not rendered this structural directive component, so that's why this output is came. So go inside the app.component.html, and instead of the app pipes we can add here structural directive. Same way here, save this, it's compiled. Now if you can see, the structural directive works, the content is visible, and when we toggle visibility, so the value will be set to the false to the visible, and in that case that content will be not shown on the browser. Okay, when I click this, okay, the tag is removed. Again if I click on the toggle visibility, the value will be set to the true because currently it is false. When I toggle visibility, click on that, it will show the content is visible. Okay, so this is the way. So actually I have created one button here. The purpose of that button is, so first value is for the is visible is a true, means from the by default, and when I click on that button, the value will be set as a false. Suppose here is visible variable, and after the click on the button, whatever the value is there, so apart from that another value we are setting, so that not is the we are using. Suppose if value is true here, then not true means false value it will be set. When value is false here, then not false in the sense true value will be set here. So same way, when I see here, when I click on the toggle visibility, when I click here, the value is set to the false and the content will be not showing here. When I click toggle visibility, it value shows false to true and the content is showing here. So this is the ng if. So based on the condition, he will show and hide the element on the DOM and render on the HTML. So this way the ng if is working. So same way we will start for the ng for directive. So this is also same like same as C sharp Java languages, same approach as in for loop. We have a for loop there, right? In C++ language, in C sharp, in Java language, same approach is there. So same it is working as a for loop in the other languages. So we will see the ng for directive with the example. if you can go here in the ts file, and here I am going to add items equal to, I will add one items array here, apple, banana, mango, cherry. Okay, so this is the, I have created one array of the fruit, suppose fruits. Now this fruit I will render there in the app.component.html. So this is for the ngif we used. So now we will render this on eval tag here. Unordered list we will take. Here we will take one list, and inside the list we will use ng for equal to let, we will take one variable fruit of fruits, and here in interpolation we will use this fruit one by one, the value is coming, right? So that we will take and print it here. If I save this and if I see the browser, see the value is coming apple, banana, mango, cherry. So same way, if I use here ordered list, so it will become in the numbers like a 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is the basically ng for loop. So it is working as a for loop in other languages. So render one by one element in the list basically. So one by one values it is taking, and it will add these values on the DOM, and DOM will render that on the HTML. Okay, and that will be print on the browser. So this is the basically ng for loop. So same way we will see the ng switch. It is same as a another languages, same as C Sharp, Java, same approach as in switch. Switch statement is there, right? Is another languages. So same way it will be work. So based on the condition, he will find that appropriate function or appropriate value, and he will directly render this. Okay, so we will see one example here. I will add here one color equal to suppose red. Now I will save this in the component.html file. I will add one div here. Under the div I will add the paragraph tag, and here on the div I will add ng switch equal to color. Okay, so ng switch means based on the condition. So color is the variable, and in the variable what we define, basically we define the red color. So now this div will work for the appropriate value for this color. So currently the value for the color is red. So based on that we will create some paragraph tag, suppose p, and here we will use the ng switch case, same way like we are using the cases, right? After the switch statement we are adding the cases in the C sharp, Java. Same way here we will add the switch case. Switch case equal to, we will add in double quote and in single quote that value red, and now here in the paragraph the color is red. Same way 2 3 color we will take. Now here if you pass green, blue, we will save this. Okay, now if you can see the browser, the color is red, red value is rendered, because how it he realized that this block only, this paragraph tag only we need to initialize on the DOM. So based on this color variable, because on the color variable we define the value red here, so he will check the condition here on the switch. The color variable value has a currently red, and he will test that case here is particular case is there or not. So based on that he will check that red value is there, and based on this value he will print. So same way if you have added the color here like green, and if you save this, so he will find that appropriate case for this green, and he will print that value here. Okay, see the, oh, here I need to change with the green, and here blue. Okay, save this file. Now if you can see the output, the color is green. Same way if I pass here blue, and if I save this file, it will see that the color is blue. And suppose I passed any another color here, suppose instead of that blue, green and red, if I pass here suppose pink, so what he will do, nothing is printed here, right? So in this case what we can do, we will add the default case here in a Java C Sharp we are adding, right, default case. Same way we will add here one another case for the same p ng switch case, and here we will add a default switch case ng switch default, and we will not check here condition, because if we not passed anything from the this variable, then that variable should be directly print, like directly it will be say like the color is unknown. Okay, so the color is unknown. If I save this, see the color is unknown because we passed pink here, but that pink is not here in the currently in case tag. Okay, in the cases we don't have that pink tag, so that's why this coming as a unknown. And also if you not pass here anything, so in this case also the color is unknown, it will become, because this is a default case. If you not pass anything, then the case will not found on this paragraph tag, and in this case it will be directly through that the color is unknown. Okay, so this is the ng switch basically. So this way that ng switch will work. And this is the basically directive, structural directive. Same way in another languages we are using like for loop, if condition, and switch cases. So same way this is the work in the Angular. So runtime we can take the values from that ts files. Based on that, and he will directly render that in the DOM. So it is a very helpful feature, like we can say, in the Angular. So it will be easy to render the values directly. So hope that video is helpful for you, and hope that it is understood for the concepts very well, structural directives. Okay, this video is helpful for you, then please like and subscribe this channel. So we will adding that more videos on that.